Hello everyone. My name is Dr. H.S. Madhusudan, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. Welcome to this video lecture. This is a BSc program of University of Mysore, Mathematics 3rd semester. Title of the paper is Algebra 2 and Differential Equations. This is session number 19. Okay. In the previous session, we have proved many problems on normal subgroups. Almost we proved 8 problems. Now in this session, we define another very important group called quotient group. To define a quotient group, we need normal subgroup. Okay, so let us define a quotient group. First, let G be a group and H be a normal subgroup of G. Normal subgroup of G. Okay. Let G by H be a set consisting of all right cosets of H in G. That is, G by H is equal to HA such that A belongs to H. Now, since H is normal in G, H is normal in G, if HA and HB are any two right cosets of H in G, then HA will be equal to AH and HB will be equal to BH, right? So now consider HA into HB. Now this can be written as H of AH into B. So this will be equal to H of AH can be written as HA. So therefore this is HA into B, and that is equal to H into H of AB. But H into H is nothing but H of AB. So using this property of normal subgroup, that is HA into HB can be written as HAB, we can take this as binary operation on G by H. Now G by H is a set consisting of all right cosets. Now we have a binary operation, HA into HB is equal to H of AB. Using this binary operation on G by H, we can show that G by H is a group. So let G by H is the set, and the binary operation defined on G by H is HA into HB is equal to H of AB. Remember, H is a normal subgroup. So let us prove that G by H is a group under this binary operation. Proof. Now closure property, that is quite clear, because if HA comma HB belongs to G by H, then HA into HB will be equal to HAB. See here, A belongs to what? G, and B belongs to what? G, capital G. Now HA and HB belongs to G by H. So whenever this element A belongs to G, HA belongs to G by H, right? So here HA into HB is equal to HAB. Now since A and B belongs to G, A into B also belongs to G. Therefore HAB belongs to G by H. So therefore closure property holds. Second, associative property. So let HA, HB, HC belongs to G by H, where A, B, C belongs to capital G. Now consider HA into HB of HC into HC, which is equal to HAB into HC. Now this is equal to what? HAB dot C. Now ABC belongs to G, and G is a group. Therefore associative property holds for A, B, C, and hence AB dot C can be written as H of A into BC, right? See, AB into C is equal to A into BC. Now this can be written as HA into HBC, which is equal to HA into HB into HC. So therefore associative property holds. Now which is the identity element here? Which is the identity element? See, E belongs to G, and therefore HE belongs to G by H, and HE is equal to H. Therefore H is also a right coset. Now if HA belongs to G by H for some A belongs to G, then HE into HA will be equal to HE into A, and in G, E into A is nothing but A, so HA. Also HA into HE will be equal to HAE, which is also equal to HA. So therefore HE is the identity element of G by H. Hence H is the identity element of G by H. Now fourth one, so inverse element. Let A belongs to G implies HA belongs to G by H. Let us take this element HA. Now which is the inverse of HA in G by H? Since A belongs to G, A inverse also belongs to G. Therefore, H A inverse belongs to G by H. Now, H A into H A inverse will be equal to what? H A inverse, and that is equal to He, because A into A inverse is identity element of G, and He is nothing but H, and H is the identity element of G by H. Therefore, HA into HA inverse is equal to identity element, means HA inverse is the inverse of HA. Similarly, HA inverse into HA will be equal to HA inverse A, and that is equal to HE, which is equal to H. Therefore, HA inverse is the inverse of HA. So, every element HA belonging to G by H has inverse element. Therefore, G by H is a group. And this group is what is called quotient group. So, G by H is called quotient group. Now, if G is abelian, then what can you say about G by H? Does G by H is also abelian? So, let us see. Now, let HA, HB belongs to G by H. Remember, G is abelian. That means where A comma B belongs to G. Since G is abelian, A into B is equal to B into A. Right? Okay. Now consider HA into HB, which is equal to what? HA into B. But A into B can be written as HB into A. So that is equal to HB into HA. So HA into HB is equal to HB into HA. Therefore, G by H is also abelian. So whenever G is abelian, G by H is also abelian. Now, what is the meaning of HA into HB equal to HAB if G is a group under addition? See, the actual meaning is, we write this as, if G is under addition, we write this as H plus A plus H plus B equal to H plus A plus B. So, if G is a group under star, then we write this as H star A star B equal to H star A star H star B. Okay. So, wherever you find star, you have to replace it by the corresponding binary operation. If it is plus, we have to replace this by plus, and if it is multiplication, it is dot. So, in addition, H plus A plus H plus B is equal to H plus of A plus B. Now, we have already proved that if G is a group and H is a subgroup of G, then order of H divides order of G, which is Lagrange's theorem. Now, so if G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of G, then order of G by H will be equal to order of G divided by order of H. Right? What actually G by H is what? It is the set consisting of all the cosets of H in G. So order of G divided by order of H is nothing but index of H in G. Now index of H in G is order of G divided by order of H. So therefore order of G by H is equal to order of G divided by order of H. For example, consider the group Z6 modulo 6. Okay, let this be equal to G. Then H equal to 0, 2, 4 is a subgroup of G. Is a subgroup of G. This we can verify very easily. Now order of G here is equal to 6 and order of H is equal to 3. Therefore order of G divided by order of H is equal to 6 by 3, which is equal to 2. Now what are the cosets of H in G? One coset is H itself, which is equal to 0, 2, 4. And another one is H plus 1, which is equal to 1, 3, 5. So therefore index of H in G will be equal to 2. So therefore order of G by H will be equal to order of G divided by order of H. Now actually what are these cosets? We are writing H plus 1, etc. Let us see. Now consider Z under addition. And we already proved that 6Z plus is a subgroup of Z. It is a subgroup of Z under addition. Now what are the cosets of 6Z in Z? So now let us write H be equal to 6Z and G be equal to Z. Now one coset is H itself, then H plus 1, H plus 2, H plus 3, H plus 4 and H plus 5. I will write one or two cosets explicitly. Now H is what? Etc. minus 12, minus 6, 0, 6, 12, etc. And H plus 1 means Z plus 1, 6Z plus 1, which is equal to etc. minus 11, minus 5, 1, 7, 13, etc. 6Z plus 6 and 6Z both are same. Why? 6Z plus 6 means what? Etc. When Z is equal to minus 1, this is minus 2, minus 12. Minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. When z is equal to minus 1, this is minus 6 plus 6, which is 0. When z is equal to 1, 6 plus 6, 12. When z is equal to 0, it is 6. Z is equal to 1, 12. And so on. So we get the same set, that is 6z. So 6z plus 6 is nothing but 6z. Likewise, 6z plus 11 means what? 6z plus 11 means what? It is nothing but 6z plus 5. Why? Because 6z plus 11 can be written as 6z plus 6 plus 5, which is equal to 6z plus 6 is 6z. So 6z plus 11 is nothing but 6z plus 5. But what are these cosets? Actually, we write these cosets as equivalence classes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is actually 6z. This is 6z plus 1. This is 6z plus 2, 6z plus 3, 6z plus 4, 6z plus 5. So we know that equivalence class 4 plus equivalence class 5 will be equal to 9, but equivalence class 9 is nothing but equivalence class 3. When we divide 9 by 6, remainder is 3. So equivalence class 4 plus equivalence class generated by 5 will be equal to 3. So this is actually 6z plus 4 plus 6z plus 5, which is equal to 6z plus 3. When we add these two, we get this equivalence class, which is 6z plus 3. So this is the meaning of 6z plus 1, 6z, 6z plus 2, etc. So this is what is called quotient group. Now quotient group is what? Quotient group is actually a compressed version of G. Why? Because G by H contains all the distinct cosets. When we take the union of all the cosets, we get G. So G by H contains all the elements of G in equivalence classes. Right? Okay. I will end this session here. Thank you.